This week we're chatting about A Bug's Life. I do enjoy that there's quite a lot of adult jokes hidden in this film that probably went way over my head as a kid. On the face of it, there's not many themes that tie in with faith and spirituality in A Bug's Life, but despite the small scale of the story, there are some great messages and themes about the value of diversity and community, working together to overthrow tyranny, and that paired with Flick being a social outcast and a bit of a misfit makes me think a lot of the stories of Jesus, how we should challenge injustice and overthrow oppression. What else is there that could apply to us today? Well, what jumps out at me is that you've got this community that are stuck in their ways, that don't want to change how they do things, and you've got an innovator, a single lone voice that's trying to push for change and push for doing things differently. In some ways, I see a lot of resonance with the story of Moana and being called to something different and changing the status quo. And of course, as a Christian, I see a lot of parallels here with the church as a faith community that is often very slow to adapt to new ways of doing things. They're literally on an island, cut off from the outside world, very insular and inward looking, and Flick's mind, and you can imagine his worldview kind of expands as he suddenly sees what's outside, what there is in the wider world. Sometimes I think with faith we get a bit stuck with what we learnt in childhood, yet it's good to venture out and try different things, and spiritually that can feed us and change us, and our faith should change. We should grow and experience new things. We don't have to stick with what we've always known or what we've always been told. But once again, I love in this story that it's the outcasts that have the most impact, that are able to bring about change, and such a message of potential. I love the quote in it about how everything that's made a tree is contained within a tiny seed. All it needs is some time and some rain and sun. Everything you need is already inside you. Like Heimlich, you too can be a beautiful butterfly. Faith doesn't have to be a colony of identical ants. We thrive in diversity and can believe different things. Maybe faith community should be more like the dysfunctional circus bugs. But I'd love to know what you think.